Dear Maine, you have held my family for a long time. More than a century before I was born, my great-grandfather escaped Russia dressed as a milkmaid. He fled the Tsar, fled the pogroms, and found his way to Norway, Maine. You did not ask where he came from. You gave him a farm where he could raise his 9 children, a tiny synagogue where he could practice his faith without fear, a place to call home. That is the first thing I want to say thank you for. You gave his children stable ground on which to construct a life. My grandfather and his 3 brothers founded Isaacson Lumber Company, a business rooted in this land, shaped by Maine grit. My father took that gift and a Maine work ethic to the law and built a firm alongside his cousin Irving Isaacson. My father is the reason I understand what it means to put your whole self in your work. He is part of why I believe that when we create with our hands and our hearts, we can outlast us. My dad loved Maine because unlike the big cities away, here we can be a part of the conversation. Here one can start a company, join a board, speak with the candidates for political office, and dine with the leaders of the community. No one needs a PhD or $1 million to be a part of the discussion. All one needs is to care enough to show up. You, Maine, have always drawn people to you from somewhere else. People who needed a new beginning. People who arrived carrying everything they had survived. You gave my great-grandfather that beginning, and you gave one to Irving's wife, Judith Magyar Isaacson, survivor of Auschwitz, mathematician, dean, author. Yutka came to Auburn after liberation, made a home here, and remade herself again and again. She was like a grandmother to me. She taught me in her singular and irreplaceable way that love and laughter are the cornerstones of life, and that life keeps offering us new chances if we're willing to take them. Then there was me, a 4th-generation Mainer, born in Brunswick, raised playing in the woods and swimming in the lake. I was away for 15 years, getting my education and starting my career. That time taught me that belonging is not simple, that most people don't feel connected to the land, the community, the spirit of the place where they live. I came back to you as a mother because I wanted my children to be held the way I was held. Not just for the quality of life, though that is real, but for something harder to name, the feeling of being known. It is meeting a stranger at the farmer's market or on a trail at Katahdin and now calling them friend. That is not something one can manufacture. Just as my family built with lumber and the law, I came to you with an idea to reimagine the performing arts as a living, breathing part of community life. You did not flinch. You were the fertile ground where I founded Classical Uprising, a performing arts organization rooted in the belief that the arts should awaken the imagination, enrich lives, and strengthen communities. In a world pulling us apart toward our screens and our silos, you showed up to drink a beer and dance to Bach, to play musical chairs to Tchaikovsky, to sing along to Vivaldi, and proved that these ideas could take root. You, Maine, gave me the courage to try. You showed me what becomes possible when people believe in something bigger than themselves. Thank you for the community you make possible. Thank you for the loons on the lake, the path through the woods, the tide pools at the ocean, the long winters that teach us what we are made of, and the spring that makes us glad we stayed. I will spend my life trying to give back what you gave my family, a place where people are welcomed, where stories are shared, where belonging is real. With much love, Emily.